Here we are, Thompson Street. Wait, I should have Rick narrate the videos. Anyway, Thompson Street, Port Richmond, going for a walk. And today, we're gonna do the back streets of Port Richmond. Look at this, the foundation has been built. Uh-oh, here they come. Come on, Rick the puppy. Let's get out of this kid's way. Oh, when I was a young lad, I would ride my bike up and down these streets. Look at this. How nice of a neighborhood is it? They let the chicken... Oh, should I play the chicken music? Maybe just for a second. Oh, no. How you doing? Yeah, I think that guy back there, he sells used tools. And I think he's here every day. Business hours. He works banking hours, 9 to 5. I always find that weird with some businesses working. Like, there's some thrift stores, they're only open 9 to 6. And I just feel like if they would just stay open till 7, they could maybe do a little bit better. But all right, here we go. We got a house for sale, 3337 Thompson Street. Let me know in the comments. Let's take a guess. Yeah, Thompson Street. Parking seems doable. I'm going to say 2. Is there a backyard? It looks like there's a little bit of a backyard. Maybe, I don't know. $280,000. Let me know in the comments if you am I over or under. Isn't this fun? There it is. Oh, trampoline. It's like a pool, but you can't use it when it's hot out because it's too hot to use a trampoline. Plus, trampolines are black, so wouldn't that mean they would? I guess you throw a little bit of water on them. That's probably not safe. That's probably ill-advised. I don't get the trampoline craze. Look, see? Some kid just got hurt on the trampoline right now, Rick the puppy. Here's another one. Look at this. That's one of those sandboxes. Uh-oh. Yeah, they don't... The city doesn't take... This is good. This is like a little PSA. The city doesn't take pools. There's something about like body waste or whatever that could go into a pool. I don't know. And so if you have to throw out a pool, you got to put it in a trash bag. So if you have like a little plastic pool, you cut it up with scissors, or I think you could take it to the dump when it ain't too far from here on Delaware Ave. Oh, look at this little hobbit door with the puppy. A little magical door that could take you anywhere. Well, not really, just to that backyard. All right, where are we at? Westmoreland Street. This is Webb. This is back streets of Port Richmond. Oh, this is one of the busier streets of Port Richmond. Yeah, that was the plan. We were going to do back streets of Port Richmond today. I walk Rick. I try to walk him all over the city so you guys can. It does two things. It walks him. It gets me out of the house. I can make contact. And if you notice, a lot of the dog walks are always in Port Richmond. And that's because Rick whines the entire time we're in the car. He doesn't, he just whines. He's the whiniest dog I've ever had. And he's a killer pit bull. But I think pit bulls are known to be, bitches. Right? Are you a bitch, Rick the puppy? No, you're not a bitch. Your mom was. There it is, the recycling plant. When I was a little kid, me and my buddy Pat, we went walking around the city collecting cans. He told me, he goes, yo, you collect... Uh-oh. You go around, you collect the aluminum cans, and you give it to these guys, and they'll give you money. Cash money. Dollar bills, y'all. And I said, oh yeah? And this is a valuable lesson in life I learned. Always ask how much before you do it, because I didn't ask how much. I thought we were going to fill up this trash bag with aluminum cans, and I thought we were going to fill up that trash bag with aluminum cans, and you know, I don't know, start my retirement. I was maybe expecting $20. This is like 1980. I'm going to say 1983, 84. I was young. I was 7, 8. I was very little, right? Little guy. I had socks all the way up to my asshole. And they were back in the 80s, socks where you would wear your socks all the way up, and they would go past your knees, right? They were the best. Everybody, and then, like right around the time of Terminator 2, everybody, or a little bit before that, everybody started wearing the ankle socks. And then I was, you know, we didn't buy a lot of socks in the family. Everybody, I think we all wore the same pairs of socks. I don't know how the hell we did it. Or maybe we had our own socks. I forget. But yeah, my mom and dad, I couldn't get them to buy me the ankle socks. They're like, no, we buy you socks at the beginning of the school year. That's it, you're done. And then I had to waste a Christmas gift. I was like, all right, give me a pack of socks, please. Ankle socks. Because then I had to make my ankle socks. I had to make my high socks ankle socks, Rick the puppy. And people knew. People knew I was perpetrating a fraud. I think I said that right. Ooh, look at this house. This is... I don't know the address. 2735 Madison? Is this Madison? This is Madison, I think. Let me know. I don't think that might be Madison. God damn it. What do you think? I'm on Emery Street, by the way. Back streets and alleyways of Port Richmond. There's an idea of like what a yard looks like in Port Richmond. That's about right. That's about the average yard in Port Richmond. It's enough space to put up one of those blow-up pools. The back streets of Port Richmond. Oh, look at this. This is a tiny yard. This one, it's just this width. Not a whole lot of yard. Doing better with plants than I do. No truck parking on the street. You can't actually park on the street. This neighborhood was developed before there were cars. So I don't think this street, when they had the plan... I saw a picture of Westmoreland Street in the early 1900s, and there was not one car on the street. And I was like, wow, isn't that cool? It was just neat looking. But yeah, you see how to park on this street, you have to park on the pavement, which could get you a ticket these days. Oh, you know what? Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. I just found out I forgot the poop bag, which means during this walk we will have to make an improvised poop bag. Here it is, the pizza store, local pizza shop that's been around since I was a child. Same phone number. This is the #1 cafe. I don't know about you if you've ever been to the #2 cafe, but this is the #1 cafe, and they make Chinese and American food to take out. You could take it out. You can't eat it in. There's no seats. Over here. Where we going, Rick the puppy? Remember, this is a Sunoco gas station. I used to work here at this gas station a long time ago. Oh, there's a lot of shady characters around the playground right here. There's a lot of shady characters right here at the gas station. There is I don't know, like a small encampment of people that live right off of 95 here. And this is the exit I use to get off to get home after the Phillies game. So I'm down here all the time. And there's a bunch of people up to no good. And in that Sunoco, they have so many in Pennsylvania, it's legal to do these. It's kind of like a slot machine. And that store, that gas station, that Sunoco, that has more slot machines than any other gas station I've been to. It's pretty crazy. This is a Wawa. Wawa is a convenience store. Oh, they're spreading across the United States. There was an agreement. There's another company in Pennsylvania called Sheetz, and there was an agreement that Wawa would never go into Sheetz territory. And then one day, Sheetz did something stupid, and they pissed off Wawa. And now they are opening a Wawa we're in Penn State University, center of Sheetz country. They're opening a Wawa in Celebration, Florida. And it's a very controversial opinion. As a convenience store, I enjoy, sometimes I enjoy, you know what, I don't think it might not be true anymore. I enjoy the selection at 7-Eleven. You get a better selection of stuff at 7-Elevens. But Wawas are just so much cleaner. The 7-Eleven in my neighborhood, they got the gambling. And it just, I don't know, it's just not a good feeling. Look at this, Rick. You ever go on a bus? We go on a bus? No? It's the brand new bus depot. There he is. There he is. What's going on, cuz? Here we are. There's another guy who rides a bus in my neighborhood. Every time he sees me in my neighborhood, he drives by, he always honking the horn. He's a very nice guy. Uh-oh. This is it, the 15 trolley, Rick Puppy. We're here. You can take the 15 trolley from here, go all the way up. I always take it to the Philadelphia Zoo. That's what I would do. You come here, you take the 15 trolley, go right to the Philadelphia Zoo. Problem is with the trolley, it's on trolley tracks. And sometimes you get stuck behind a jerk off that double parks. It blocks the trolley tracks. You can't turn around when you're in a bus. Back streets. This is nothing near a back street. Oh, look at this. This is a bus signal. Look at that. Yeah, the trolley should be back on the tracks very soon. Let me go see Montcabbage Playground, Rick the Puppy. This is Montcabbage Playground. I don't think we're going to go in. Matter of fact, I don't think we're even going to go. Well, maybe we will, because it looks like that's a trash truck. Right here, this is Montcabbage Playground. The playground itself, the ground is full of lead, so that all has to get dug up. But if you look back there, that is where the playground, the basketball courts, the sliding boards, the pool, that's where all that stuff was located. The city's doing this huge project on 995, which is that highway right there. And part of the construction plans involves something going on with a ramp being expanded. So they're going to put some of the 95 into this park space. Right? Come on, Rick the Puppy. Right here, this is Burnsy's Tavern. It's been at Port Richmond for a long time. They have pretty good chicken wings. I used to get them all the time. 45 years in business here in Port Richmond. It's right here. If you ever get off the bus, because the 73 don't run too often, I would, grab a beer, get I like their Krabby logs. They're kind of like a spicy potato log. And then there's also, what's it called, Rick the Puppy? I like their chicken sandwich. It's a good bar food place. Good times. Only thing weird about Burnsies is sometimes you got to share a table with people you don't know. And I have anxiety issues, like social anxiety issues. So it just makes me feel really... Oh yeah, step on the gas pedal, dickhead. Yeah, it just makes me feel... It's because... And I'm aware. I am aware of my anxiety issues, and I know sometimes it's silly. But sometimes it makes me... Sometimes when I sit next to strangers, I go in my head, and I think too much. Pothole patrol. Yeah, so back here, I gotta watch where I'm stepping because I'm in flip-flops. And Rick the Puppy's here, I don't know. It looks like it was just cleaned up by the city. Right here, this is the ramp to I-95. This is where you get off at. And back there in the woods a bit, there's some people camping out. I love this sign. Come here, Rick the Puppy. Yeah, this is an old softball field, and this has been covered in lead. And this playground's been closed for about a decade, it feels like. Maybe I'm a little off on that, but if you go back there in the woods, there's people camping out. There's always people panhandling here. I often wonder with the cleanup of Kensington Avenue, where people, it looks like, one of the problems about people camping out on Kensington Avenue is that people see it, and we have a pretty big community of people back there in that woods, and just because everybody doesn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And but I think the mayor said she's going to be doing some stuff, so I'm gonna stand back and we're gonna keep on watching. I also heard that there's gonna be a new they're gonna start arresting people soon for everyday crimes. So not everyday crimes, but like they're gonna start arresting people for doing drugs, prostitution. So now we'll see if that does anything. Man, everybody honking on the horns, Rick the Puppy. Fucking jerk-offs. Yeah, we gotta walk on the shady side of the street. I was down here maybe 2 months ago, and I would say there's more people. I don't remember there being people right over there. But just homeless people need to exist somewhere. And I'm not saying shame on homeless people. I'm just saying that, the other day I heard a city council person say the cleanup of Kensington Avenue was successful, and I hate the fact that every time I close my eyes, that's what I hear. I'm like, Come on, Rick the Puppy, where are we going? Man, this reminds me of Teletubbies. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, La La, Rick the Puppy. Yeah, there's pretty much this whole valley next to 95. It goes back. There's like a whole tent city. Uh-oh, a lot of horn honking. You got Well, who honked the horn? There were 3 cars coming that way. I hate jerk-offs. Yeah, so sometimes people camp out underneath here, and you see they'll start a fire to keep warm. And we're right underneath I-95. Wow, you know, I never thought it must be impossible to sleep here underneath this tunnel, because it's nothing. I mean, so many trucks go down this street here. Because of Port Richmond being a neighborhood, you're not allowed to go down certain streets, so a lot of them go down Delaware Ave. Uh-oh, Todd. Todd's over in London right now. I don't know if he's going to see this. Matter of fact, I hope he doesn't see this. I hope he's doing other things besides watching my YouTube channel. But see this, Todd? Go, Todd. I don't think you know what you're looking at, Todd. This is the tennis court of Moncavage Playground, cuz I played tennis here once. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, yo, there's not even a tennis court here. That's true. The playground closed a while ago. But just know, oh, right here, Todd, right here. Right here, there's a little tennis court somewhere. Beat your ass, Todd. Mid-November. Mid-November, Rick the Puppy, save the date. Yeah, so I you know, if you watch the vlogs, you know I've had 60 jobs in my lifetime. And I had a job right here at the Sunoco gas station. Two times I worked there. And I was the full service gas guy. I would pump the gas and I would squeegee your car. Hip hop icon KRS-One. I pumped his gas. How about that? Sometimes people would go across the street to the bars and would come into the gas station really drunk, and we would always have cops hanging out with us. You know, we give them like a free sandwich or a free soda, and they kind of gave us free security. Yes, I remember one time this guy came in shit-faced drunk, bought $10 in gas, filled up the gas tank, and the cop just stood there and watched the guy drive off, and the cop's like, listen, I'll be back, I'm gonna go pull this guy over. There it is, Allegheny Avenue. Trash cans on Allegheny Avenue in Port Richmond. But if you go down near Kensington, they can't put trash cans out, especially this kind with the wire metal, because people will take them and then they will start using wood that they find, or cardboard or trash, and they will set it on fire. They use it to keep warm. So that's why there's no trash cans on Kensington Ave. Check out this, the Lithuanian Music Hall. Over there, that's St. Alibert's Church, and that was founded by Reverend Moncavage, who that playground, that overgrown playground is named after, Moncavage Playground. And he is actually buried in Holy Sepulchre Cemetery in Cheltenham, PA, right? Like he's like 2 plots over from former Mayor Frank Rizzo. Also buried in that cemetery is Connie Mack. And who else is buried in there? There's somebody else. Oh, I think Princess Grace Kelly's dad, the Kelly family. Maybe her brother, who Kelly Drive is named after. St. Adalbert is a Polish parish. And over here is Pope John Paul II. And he went back in the... I know sometimes I repeat myself. I'm sorry. But Pope John Paul said Mass in this church in the 80s, I think. There's a sign. Let's go read the sign, Rick the Puppy. And there's Mother Mary. Hello, Mother Mary. Pray for us. Come on, Rick the Puppy. Rick the Puppy. I'm going to read the sign. Uh-oh. St. Adalbert. Okay. Oh, Pope John is 100 years old in 2020. Okay. St. Pope John Paul. That's right, because he's a saint. St. Pope John Paul, pray for us. That's what they say. And he said church inside this church, which is the Polish church. And there were 3 churches on Allegheny Avenue. Our Lady Help of Christians, which is closed. Nativity BVM, which was my church. And St. Albert's, which is this church. And I remember growing up that we would have the Stations of the Cross performed down Allegheny Avenue, and right here, the grand finale of the so like the kids from Our Lady Help of Christians, they would do the beginning of the beating of Jesus Christ. That's what the Stations of the Cross are. It's the beatings, the crucifixion, and then the resurrection. That's the story of Jesus in 15 chapters, I think. It's been a long time. But if you go inside any Catholic church, they should have the Stations of the Cross on the wall. Or at least they used to. I haven't been in a while. And, but anyway, so the kids from Our Lady Help of Christians, they would do like the first, 4 or 5 stations. No, they would do 5. Nativity would do 5. And then St. Albert's, they would do 5. And then, at the end, Jesus gets crucified. But I remember it would be a whole day. We would, the whole family would come out. Kind of weird. I mean, I get it. It's without the resurrection, there's no Christian faith. But I find it funny when we crucify children for a play. Just kind of odd. I don't mind the nativity birth. That don't bother me none. I just, sometimes you think of that. I used to go to this church. It's no longer, it was a Presbyterian church. And they would have their Easter egg hunts in the cemetery. Which I don't know. I guess I kind of dig. If I was a dead person, I would want, if I was a dead person, I would want kids having the Easter egg hunt on my grave. Right? I don't want it to, I want people to party. Like, I want people to tailgate, right? Let's have fun. When Super Bowl Sunday, me and my buddy Bob, we go on a road trip every Super Bowl Sunday. And one year we went to, or a few years, we went to Vince Lombardi's grave, and we would have a beer at Vince Lombardi's grave. And one year it was the Packers or the Giants were in it. And people were coming from all over. People were just coming just to pay their respects. That's what I want. I want like a party grave, right, Rick the puppy? But I don't think I'm going to have a grave. This is Campbell Square. How we doing, Rick? Oh, you didn't shit the whole time? This is a weird time that we're walking, too. And we're on the shady side of the street, Rick the puppy. Keeping you cool, bud. Oh my God. Did they put a fence around the steps of Nativity BVM? Holy shit, they did. Wow. Ain't that startling to me? Ain't that weird? It's weird. I'm not religious at all. But I spent a lot of my childhood in this church. I was an altar boy. Actually, at 15, I spent the day in St. Charles Seminary. I was contemplating becoming a priest. And then when I was 15, then like when I was 15 and a month, I realized, I want to have sex with a girl. So you can't do that as a priest. So I didn't become a priest. I didn't get laid either. So, right, Rick the puppy? No problem. How exciting. Let's go. Come on. Nativity BVM. The BVM stands for Blessed Virgin Mary. Yeah, this is new. What's the point of it? Oh, it's not installed all the way yet. Damn. Yeah, so they've been having a problem I haven't seen the guy in a while, but there was like people camping out and using the steps. Shit, I better do this now because I don't think I'm ever going to get this close to the church ever again, Rick. Check out the cornerstone. Right up here. Look how big the door is. There's an upper church to this church, and then there's a lower church down here. And usually in the summertime, when less people come to church, now when would they use the basement? When they would use the basement when they would have to put the air conditioning on, they would use this in like, well, there was a little bit, like if they didn't have to crack the heat on, because it was too expensive to heat. So we wouldn't use the upper church too often. But I used to be an altar boy in here, and I pretty much had free reign of the whole place. There was two guys who worked in the rectory. They were called Malone brothers, Joe and Ed Malone. Love those guys. Such nice men. They lived right down the street from me. And when I was an altar boy, I would go in here, go through the back there all the way down. There was like a backstage door in there. That's the entrance to the lower church. But yeah, we would go in there. I would go in there, and that's where the sacristy was. Is that what it was called, the sacristy? And that's where we get everything ready for church. And I guess they're getting ready for the Holy Communion, confession. Not confession. What's the other one? The one where you get another middle name. Not confession. Confirmation. That's a thing in the 6th grade. I don't even know what it is. I think you accept the Holy Spirit in the I think that's what it is. Isn't that crazy? I know I did confirmation. I spent a year in CCD class, and the only thing I remembered is you get to pick another middle name, and that's like your third. So my confirmation name was Eric. Eric. John Patrick Eric. And what you had to do is you had to write a 1-page report about Saint Eric and what he did. So what that meant is, how did we do that? I think my family's so religious that somebody had a book and I just copied whatever it was. And then you have a mass in the church, and then the priest like rubs some oil on your head. My Uncle Gary, he was my sponsor. He was new to the family. And my grandmother, she was like, she's like, who's going to be your confirmation sponsor? And I was like, oh, maybe I'll ask Uncle Gary. I was an altar boy in his wedding. Wouldn't that be nice? And my grandmom smiled. She's like, yeah, that'd be real nice. That will welcome him into our family. And I was like, all right, let's do that. So I picked my Uncle Gary to be my confirmation sponsor. And he got me, I think he got me double dribble for Nintendo as a gift. I was like, this fucking guy is the best. Double dribble. And then he also got me, with the money for my confirmation, I bought my very first video camera. It was a Fisher Price camera. It was made, you would record blank music cassettes, and it would record video quality. Really bad black and white pixelated quality. And I would make movies with my friends. Like, we would make Ninja Turtle movies, and that was kind of like my beginning of with cameras. And I liked it. It was great because it was like videotapes were nothing, and we would spend all day making movies and doing wrestling videos. And I saw that they still sell them online. You can find that. I mean, you can find anything on eBay. Oh, you know what, Rick the Puppy? We're not in our usual spot. Usually we park in Kmart, and I'm walking the wrong way. Yeah, back there, that church, that is Our Lady Help of Christians. I wonder how long that's going to stay up, that steeple. It looks like it's starting to rot away, that wood part underneath the clock. Damn. Nobody's put any attention into that for a long time. This is Gold Street. I lived 3 blocks down from here. My very first job I ever had was here at Harry's Luncheonette. Swept the floor. I've had over 60 jobs. Let me think about the jobs I had in Port Richmond. Harry's Luncheonette, Toys R Us, the Italian Kitchen, Target. I worked as a sales rep for a toy company. GameStop. This is fun. Who else? I have so many jobs. The Hess gas station. Worked at the Hess gas station. I got fired for throwing a keg party in the gas station. Can't do that. What else did we do? Acme. I worked at the Acme. I worked there for a week. I got fired because I called the boss a pussy. You got Pathmark. I didn't work at Pathmark. Man, had a lot of jobs. It's good that we had all these retail opportunities in the neighborhood. There's a little family pizzeria. Mojo's. We got the pizza. I got the mega slice. You get yourself a big slice, $5 with a topping. It's the size of your head, right, Rick the puppy? It's the size of your head. Where are we at? Westmoreland. We got to go to Ontario, Rick the puppy. Let's go this way. Yeah, so the pandemic crew, they're in London. It turned out Todd and Brett, they had some flight problems. Todd likes to travel cheap, and he prides himself on finding great Airbnbs and low price flights. And I felt bad for my boy, but he flew an airline. I think it was called Nordic Air, and he was like, "Captain, I need you to use your social media pool, and we need to put Nordic Air on blast." And I thought that was adorable, because who gives a fuck, because nobody flies it. So no matter how much I bash it. And honestly, Todd, we once had an Airbnb, and Todd, he booked it, and we were like in a dude's basement with no air conditioning. It was fine. It was fine. For some reason, all my friends got into their For some reason, everybody had to walk around in their underwear. That was weird. I don't know. Nobody sees me in my underwear, right, Rick the puppy? Not even Rick the puppy does. It's a cool little space. It's like an indoor flea market. They got some great stuff in here. Oh, I like this. I think I like this, or maybe I don't. It's like a work of art. Ooh, I kind of like these chairs. Ooh, this is like from the set of Golden Girls. Yes, it's a whole big garage full of... There, you can't go in there, Rick the puppy. Pretty cool. Cool space. I got a good record in there the other day. I got, shit. We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh, no. Right? Oh, look at this chicken coop. Should I play the music? Come on, Rick. Yeah. When I was taking care of the chickens, well, not taking, I would go down to Kensington Ave and feed the chickens. Every 2 or 3 days I would go down. I had some viewers that would mail me bags of chicken. Come on, Rick, get away from furniture. Never stand around furniture, that's trash. Yeah, but I was looking up to buy a chicken coop. I was getting ready to buy a chicken coop. And I was looking into it, and then I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to get it. I don't think Rick and chickens would get along very well, because Rick and my Chihuahua didn't get along very well. This is the A&W playground. It's now called the Frank Lavin Playground. Summer's in the air. The sprinklers are on. Yeah, there's kids. All right, we're one more block and we're at the car, Rick. Come on, let's go down here. This is one of those little patriotic streets with the American flag all up and down. That's not... You see that? Some blocks, what they'll do is they'll get together. Maybe they'll have a block party, and the money from the block party that they raise, sometimes there'll be like a 50-50 raffle or whatever. Sometimes they'll use that money from the block party and they'll buy a flag to decorate the block. My block, the very last time we had a block party, I think we used the money for a snow blowing machine. And then the guy who got the snow blowing machine is a very nice yard for Port Richmond. Very, very nice. That's really nice. Yeah, the guy who you know got the snow blow, he moved. He moved. He didn't even own the house. He was a renter. Why did we let the guy renting? Should have gave it to somebody who owned the house, right? But no, it's funny. Ever since then, we haven't had a real bad snowstorm in a while. Well, I mean, we had a few since the snowblower bandit took out of town. Guy rode a motorcycle, drove around the neighborhood all the time. There's another house for sale, 3339 Tilton. I think this is Tilton. What's it going for? Check out this brickwork. I think this is like from the 50s, this type of stucco. What year is this from, this type of brickwork? If you know, let me know. Our first house in Port Richmond, the house my parents lived in, the first house my parents bought, had weird stucco or brickwork like that. Oh, what's going on here? We got some British flags. Maybe these guys are probably excited for the Phillies playing in London. There we go. I think that's John Gruden. Yeah, the Phillies are in London. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate this porch. What a beautiful porch. That looks so nice. Hey, how you doing? What's going on, cuz? Man, you got nice neighbors over there, right? Look at that. Take a kick. Oh, look at this. It's like a tropical paradise here in Port Richmond. Oh, I'm sweaty, Rick the puppy. Let's get you some water, cuz. All right, well, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And I'll sail with you later. And if you want to, you can buy a Rick the Puppy t-shirt. They got Rick the Puppy t-shirts. And you can book me on Cameo for Father's Day.